What is poppin'? Fish keepers, shrimp keepers, 10-gallon fish tank fanatics. Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing some aquarium maintenance, doing some water changes, treating some sick fish. Yes, unfortunately, even I get sick fish in my fish room, so we got to treat them sometimes. That's why I have a whole med kit set up in one of my toolboxes. But that said, we're going to be doing that today. I'm going to show you guys my easy water change hook and went and rescued a betta and a goldfish. So let me show you that. So the other day, someone posted in the Nashville Fish Keeper group that they had some fish to rehome. No one was responding. It was a betta and a goldfish. You guys can see this poor guy is not doing very well. So we're going to get him out of this bowl that he came in and throw him in one of the 2.5 gallon tanks. So that came with some 2.5 gallon tanks. We're going to reset one of those up and put him in there temporarily. And then I'm gonna go pick up some actual tanks from Petco or PetSmart, and we're gonna get them rehomed in like a 10 or a 5 to 10 gallon tank with some plants and make it a really good setup, because these bettas don't deserve to be in bowls, let alone a 2.5 gallon tank. When it comes to small tanks, really a 2.5 gallon tank, it's gonna be very hard to maintain because it's gonna fluctuate a lot. On top of that, way too small for a betta. So if anything, you're gonna put anything in there, you probably do a couple shrimp in there, but that's about all you could do in a tank that size. In the meantime though, while I'm waiting to get a proper setup, much better to get them out of there into this 2.5 gallon tank with some filtration. And then we will go from there and get him set up in a proper tank. But this will work temporarily while I get a tank set up in this fish room to put them in. The worst part about this fish rescue is, yes, the fish are in bad condition. I hate that. We want to make sure our fish are in great, healthy, good condition. So at least I rescue them. We're going to get them healthy and get them good, and then find them a nice new home for someone who cares for them and make sure they have the proper setup. But there was a goldfish that came with it as well. And they had this goldfish about the size of my palm of my hand in this little tiny little tank thing that I picked up. And from my understanding, it was kept in one of these 2.5 gallon tanks. Let me show you how big this goldfish is. Look at this monster. This goldfish right here. And yes, I need to do some tank maintenance. My 75 has been neglected, and that's on the agenda for tomorrow. But this monster, who's in my 75 gallon tank, who is huge, look at him compared to Tetras, was in a 2.5 gallon tank. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to be finding this guy a new home. But I'm sure he's much happier in the 75 for now until I can get him rehomed. So all that to say, that is what we are up to today. Doing some water changes, treating some sick fish, setting up a tank for a betta to hold it temporarily till we get it a 5 to 10 gallon tank, and then rehoming that goldfish. But a little backstory, no one wanted to hit them up. They were on the Nashville Fish Keepers, so I reached out, and I was working all day shift. I had to drive 2 hours to the store I was running, ran the store all day, got off at 9:30, and drove over to this person's house another hour away. And by the time I got there, it was already 10:30. Picked up the fish, got home by about midnight, and now we are setting up the new setup. So let's get into it. I want to show you guys before I start doing what I call my easier water change hook. I've touched on this thing a little bit briefly in other videos, but it's a pretty simple design I created. And I got this basic design from Greg Sage. He uses this basic setup on like pretty much automatic water change system. So he'll top water off and this thing will automatically feed water out of it. But I wanted to create a hose specific for doing water changes, not for automatic water change with PVC. Because if I'm going to do automatic water change, I'll just drill my tanks. I'm not going to use PVC to do it. But to show you how this works, you have this filter to make sure fish, shrimp, plants, stuff doesn't go down inside the PVC. This is 1/2 inch black PVC. And then this is set up specifically for a 10 gallon tank. It's set up, the length of this is set up perfectly to drain 2 gallons of water, which is a 20% water change on my 10 gallon tanks. And if I want to change the percent of water change, all I have to do is pull this attachment off, and I can put the 10% water change attachment right on it. And now I can do a 20%, a 10%, I have a 50% attachment, all the different type of percentage of water changes I want to do on 10 gallon tanks. I already have pre-cut and pre-measured. All I have to do is switch it out, put the little sponge pad back on there, and we are good to go. So how it works is the water comes out through here, drains down through this PVC, back up here, and through. Now, it has this extra top part, if I can show you, right up here, because the water drains out and back down through here. It has this extra top part, so when you start the siphon, it's going to hold the siphon. That, like I said, that was designed by Greg Sage, because he has these on the back of his tanks consistently, and he tops them off, and this water will just consistently siphon through, and he never has to drill tanks. He just has PVC sitting on the back, and he has an automatic water change. I just wanted to have it for making water changes myself, rather than being automatic. I like to get in there, get dirty, and get in the tanks and actually play around with things and oversee it. I like my easy water top off system, you guys will see here in a second, but overall, water change hook works good. I added a little hook part here, so when I set it on the tank, it holds it nice and steady. And then this is a siphon. You can get these on Amazon for about $5, or you can buy regular like siphon hose, and it comes with this, but it has an in and an out portion. And the other cool thing is you can pull this out, flip it around, and then if you attach this to a hose, you can top your tanks back off right from a hose, because this is actually connected to a Python hose, and the Python hose can connect right onto any of your faucets. So all you have to do is switch this around, put this thing on there, and top it right back off, add some dechlorinator, and you're good to go. So let's go ahead and siphon out our first tank. We're doing 20% water changes because it's been a little while. I don't normally do a whole lot of water changes on my tanks, but it's been about, at this point, probably about a month since my last water change. So it's been a little bit overdue. So let me take you up real close and I'll show you guys how this is working. Here you have it. You can see water siphoning out through here, up, down, up and around. You got the extra attachment, makes it nice and easy, and hangs right up onto the 10-gallon tank. It's going to perfectly drain out 2 gallons of water. All I have to do is start my siphon, and then the water siphons out, back down, and outside my garage, and down my driveway. Okay. So that's how the easy water change hook works. It's very easy to build. I have a couple videos. I have a short on it, so go look up my shorts, and it shows you how to build this thing. But it's super convenient because you can take water out. All you have to do is flip this around, attach this siphon hose up to a faucet, turn the faucet on, and then you can top your tank right back off. Now, we're not going to be doing that today because I have my easy water change system right up top. All right, so while this is siphoning, we are going to go ahead and start setting up this Betta tank. And just to preface once again, 2.5 gallon tank is not what I recommend for Bettas. This is a temporary hold because it's emergency. Get it out, that Betta out of the bowl into something slightly bigger with some filtration. And then we're going to go to Petco and I'll do a follow-up video and we'll get it a whole nice setup and it's going to be super happy. Actually, should I announce it? Stay tuned. At the end of the video, I'm going to talk to you about my newest project that's going to happen in the fish room. Super excited for it. But what we're going to do, we got the pad that goes on this rimless tank right down here. We're going to place it right here in the middle and throw this 2.5 gallon tank right on top. And once we're done with this 2.5 gallon tank, we'll probably put some shrimp in it. And I'll show you, keep you guys updated on how the 2.5 gallon tank does. You know, I'm big into small tanks. And this is small, but like I said, the only thing it can really house is probably a couple shrimp. And then even there, it's going to be a little bit difficult because the fluctuations in small tanks can be very tricky. Got lucky, happened to have a little bit of leftover gravel. So we are going to go ahead and pour this gravel right into the bottom of the tank. Don't need a huge layer, just a small amount. I know everyone's going to be like, you need to rinse it off first. To be honest, I never rinse any of mine, and it always works out well for me. I do a couple water changes, and then I'm good to go. But yes, you can pre-rinse your gravel, pre-rinse whatever substrate you're putting in there. I just have never done that, and I've never really had any issues. Does it mean it's perfect? No, but it works for me. And that's the thing I found in the hobby. Sometimes people overstress about everything. Guys, we don't need to overstress. Fish are a lot easier to care for than most of you probably think. We like to overcomplicate it in the fish hobby, and we don't need to do that. Keep it simple. All right. We're going to open up this filter pad and stick it in one of these pumps. It's got some carbon. If you're trying to do live plants, don't really want to be using carbon. Excuse me. But for this setup, with this being temporary, it's going to work for us. All right. And there we have it. Tetra Whisper. Throw this here on the back right corner. And we'll plug that thing in when we're ready to go. And there's our filtration setup. Now, all we have to do is we're going to add some water in, add some floating plants, and we will be good to go to get a basic holding tank for this betta. All right, now we just need to add the water in, and we will add dechlorinator and quick start to make sure we set this betta up for optimal success here. Like I said, it's just temporary. So, just dump this water in. Awesome. Okay. Now we will go ahead, move the gravel around a little bit, get this filter turned on, let it filter through, add the dechlorinator and the quick start, and then we'll give it till we're done doing all the other projects in here, and then we'll add the betta in. Good thing too, we don't need a heater because I keep my room temperature controlled, so it'll be perfectly fine for the betta as well. Always a little awkward trying to plug this stuff in back here. There we go. Perfect. Water is now flowing through and it's filtering. Let's grab some frog bait. Secret hack, if you guys aren't out there, frog bait is probably one of the most potent / best plants out there for any sort of aquarium. If you're trying to quickly start up a tank, which I don't recommend, but if you have to in a situation like this because you're rescuing a fish and you got to get it out of a better situation into a better situation before you can get the permanent situation figured out, quick start, some dechlorinator and frog bait will work wonders. I've done that multiple times when I've rescued fish and had to set a tank up very quickly just to temporarily house it, and not had any issues. I've lost 0 fish. So quick start, water dechlorinator, and frog bait does wonders because the frog bait will soak all the nitrates out. I've never had any sort of issues ever. So let me grab some more frog bait. If you guys need any frog bait, head over to my website, 10gallonfishtanks.com, and I have frog bait bundles that I can ship out anywhere in the U.S. as long as you're not in one of the states where it's banned. So make sure you look at your local laws and check. If frog bait's banned, I can't ship it to you, but if you're anywhere else, I will ship it out, not a problem. You'll get this nice green looking frog bait shipped right to your door. They come in little insulated boxes with ice packs when it's hot out, and pretty good shipping method where you get nice good plants consistently. All right, let me show you guys that. And there you have it. You got the frog bait on top. You got a nice, easy, gentle flow filter, some gravel, and then maybe we'll try to grab some Vallisneria or maybe something in here that we can throw in to give some extra coverage for the betta. Ideally, too, we should have something attached to the glass that the betta can lay on up towards the water because they come up and breathe air. But this will be a good temporary holding compared to the living conditions it's currently in that I rescued it in. This is going to be a better setup temporarily till I get that 5-gallon tank for it and get a nice, huge planted aquarium setup for it. So we did throw in double the dose of stress coat, and we threw in the quick start as well. Double dose. This has aloe vera in there to help repair fins, and it definitely needs that. So we're going to give this a little time, get some of the cloudiness out, and finish this water change that's going on. We got a couple tanks already done now, so we'll grab some plants out of one of these tanks and throw some extra plants in there real quick. Probably, let's see, look at this. This guppy grass is going crazy. I'll grab a little guppy grass and I'll throw it in that tank. While I continue to drain these tanks out, wanted to talk about something else that I did in the fish room that I haven't even addressed on the channel yet for an actual video is the flooring. So we installed gym mats inside the floor, inside this fish room to give it a little bit more cushion. So it's not so like hard to stand on because it has nice foam in here. So the cushioning, so it makes it more comfortable to work out here and spend time out here. Also just kind of elevates the atmosphere, makes it feel a little bit more high end, a little bit nicer. And really been enjoying having the flooring out here. It's been looking really good. We got the gap here because we're doing another rack back here. But yeah, the flooring really came together pretty well. Looks good on camera. Feels good when I'm working in it. My feet aren't hurting as much standing on hard concrete. And it just kind of elevates the space. So this is where we're going to bring up the next project that we're going to be doing, and it's going to be pretty cost effective. So let's break it down. This brings us to the part of the video that I'm excited to share with you. And before I get into it, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's watching this video and all my channel subscribers, everybody who is on the member wall. I just want to say thank you, because what we're about to do in this fish room is going to be completely paid off and paid for by YouTube. That's right. You heard that right. Everything you're about to see when we make this next build in the fish room is 100% funded by YouTube. None of the money is coming from selling fish, any other platforms, or out of my own pocket. It's all getting paid for 100% by YouTube, which is pretty cool. So everybody who's members, watching videos, so I'm getting ad revenue and memberships, super chats, any of that is paying for this build. So that's the cool part. But what are we doing? Well, when I rescued this beta, it made me realize and got me thinking, I need more space. Right? That's our common problem. If you're a fish keeper like me and you're addicted to fish tanks and small tanks, 10-gallon tanks, 5-gallon tanks, 20-gallon tanks, you can never have too many, right? That's why we have so many here. That said, got me thinking, where could I put some more tanks, and how could I keep some more betas? Because I love betas. I have a beta named Boba. I had him in a 15-gallon flue vault tank, and he was not liking it. It was too big, too much water flow, because the big thing with betas, you don't want too much water flow because it can make it hard for him to swim. They got to come up and get oxygen, all that. So he was not liking his flue vault tank. I was trying to be a good beta dad and get him a nice bougie setup. Ended up backfiring on me. I didn't realize the flow was going to be so much. So we had to move him out of that 15-gallon, and we put him into a 5. And I've had betas in 5 gallons, and they thrive. I provide them hiding spots, leaves, plants, and they love it. They do good. Their fins get huge. They thrive. They're looking healthy. They're happy, and they live long, healthy lives in a 5-gallon. But a 5-gallon is really the baseline where you want to go. 5 is the minimum. 10, 20, 30, 40 gallons are even more optimal for betas. Betas love big gallon tanks too, not just small ones. So you definitely don't want to go super small, 2.5, half a gallon, any of those super small tanks. Do not do that. Minimum you want to go is a 5. And if you do a 5 right with lots of plants and some enrichment for the beta, and you interact with your beta, it can have a good life in a 5-gallon tank. If you can go 10, even better. If you go 20, even more optimal. So that said, got me thinking, what should we make our next project? And that's where we are going to introduce, and like I said, it's 100% funded by those members on YouTube. Those of you who are members on the member wall, it's funded by you, and it's funded by everyone who's watching this video and watching any of my other videos through the ad revenue. And we're going to be doing what's called Beta Nation or Beta Baby, whatever you guys want to call it. This next build, comment in the description down below a good name for this next build, and I will put a name plaque up in honor of whoever gets the most likes. So comment down below what you want the name of the build to be. And if it gets the most likes, that's what we're going to call it. But it's going to be a beta rack. And where I have these rocks right here, we're going to do a rack above it. It's going to be 5-gallon tanks. It's going to be 5 of them right here, 5-gallon tanks. Right here around my cash wrap. So this is where I do podcasts. This is where I sell product out of. This is where I do package orders. And I figured, you know what? I already have plans to do another cobalt rack. You guys know I love the cobalt metal racks. That's what I like to use. And I already have plans for another rack over here in this corner. Then we're going to do 2 more big racks up behind the camera. And then we're going to do 2 big racks down the middle here. So we already have plans for about 100 tanks in this room as we continue to expand. But this is some space that we could utilize that I'm not utilizing right now. I like to have aquascaping rocks down below. And I was like, I'm not using anything above. Plus, I'm not a big fan of this gap right here where I can just see through as I'm podcasting. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting 2x4s. We're going to be getting wood, plywood from Lowe's, and we're going to be building a rack. Now, I don't normally like to do that, but we're going to make it look nice. We're going to paint it black, and we're going to put a backdrop on it. So what it's going to be is the rack is going to be 17 inches high, 17 inches in length, and then or diameter, and then 46 inches across. Okay, so the rack's going to go from here all the way to here, and it's going to come up about halfway, so you can still reach in and grab your rock and see the rock. But then above the rock, you will have 5-gallon tanks, 5 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5-gallon tanks that will be level with the desk. So it's going to be kind of cool. You'll have tanks from here up. Okay. And so that will be our 5 beta tanks. Okay. We can have 5 different betas in the room. I'll probably start selling betas. Some of you guys are breeding betas locally, and I'll partner with you guys. But we're going to have 5 beta tanks right here. We're going to do plywood on the back to hide so you can't see through my cash wrap anymore. So we'll have plywood that comes up from here all the way down, 2x4s coming out, and it's going to be reinforced and all painted black. We'll paint all the tanks black, and then we're doing 5 tanks here. Then what we're going to do over here on this edge is we're going to do another tank right here in this corner area, and it's going to be its own little separate tank. And then we'll still have that space over next to the pond where you can still go see the pond. So we're going to have 6 tanks on the cash wrap, and then the cash wrap's going to be completely boarded up to where you can't see through. So it just looks like one solid unit with fish tanks that you can look at and observe. So when you come up to buy your stuff, you'll be looking at my betas, and cha-ching, you'll buy your stuff, or I'll be packaging orders, or I'll be shooting live streams out of there and having fun. So that is our next project. Super excited to build it. It's going to be cheaper because the cobalt racks are pretty expensive, and just using 2x4s and plywood. And I already have a lot of the plywood I need. So I just really need about $20, $30 of 2x4s to build this rack. I already got paint, already got paint brushes, everything I need. And then we're going to turn this desk into an official cash wrap, and you're not going to be able to see on in through it, and you'll have tanks on the top. So it's going to be kind of cool. I'm excited to bring it to life and bring you guys along a part of the journey. All right, let's keep topping these tanks off. My last video, I showed you guys my easy water top off system. Today, we're actually getting to use it. So it's always a fun day getting to use something that you customize and built yourself. So we're going to go ahead and close this one here. Everything else is closed. We're going to open this one up. There we go. And then we are going to open up all the levers on top there. And then when we're ready, I'll open this up and all the water will start draining.
For the fish tank dream, walk in the room, it's a tropical zone.
All the valves are now open. We just have to turn this valve and the water starts flowing, topping these tanks off. Why it's topping off, and I know some of you in the comments are going to get mad. I'm going to use my little algae scraper. Scrape a little algae, yes. Should I have done it before I drained water? Yes. Am I going to do it now? Yes, I am. So let's do it.
Neon touches flashing like jewels I own. Bug trap catching, keep the air real clear. No flies, no stress for the fish in here. Freezer got the bloodworm shrimp on deck. Mini split cooling, yeah, comfort check. Dehumidifier working, no mold inside. Tackle box tools keep the maintenance right.
Wanted to do a quick update on the pond. If you guys haven't watched it, go check it out. We talked about how we built this $40 pond. It was a $40 pond build. And as you can see, we have Vallisneria in here, sword plants, guppy grass, rocks. We got some floating plants, dwarf water lettuce, cherry shrimp are in here, and then we got white clouds that are community breeding. And it's doing really good. For a $40 setup, pretty awesome little pond. I believe it's about 30 or 40 gallons here. So pretty cool pond, cheap build, and it's one that any of you guys could do very easily. And we're done with water changes, and you can see Beta Baby is now in the new home, temporary home. Like I said, it's only a 2.5 gallon tank, and we need to get a beta leaf, and we need to get the whole setup, but much better setup than what it was in before. You can see it's in a little bit of rough shape, so we're going to treat it, get it healthy, get the fins back to where they need to be, and get this beta back to health. So this is step one, and we will keep progressing and getting a better tank and keep treating it with different medications to make sure we get it healthy. Rack is looking clean, good water top off, fish are looking healthy and doing well. So pretty good day here. Took a little while, but definitely enjoyed being able to do some water changes. You guys can see all different types of fish. Look at the scarlet batis over here. Super cool. We got a bunch of cories, longfin white clouds, tuxedo koi guppies doing well, breeding good for me. Got a bunch of bronze cories, gold cories, dwarf crayfish are up here. So everybody's doing pretty good. Had to jump back here for a second and just admire how good these yellow shrimp are looking. They are looking and breeding like crazy, looking really good. I love the yellow shrimp. And then also check out the cherries, guys. Really awesome, good looking cherry shrimp here. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad we were able to rescue the betta and also the goldfish. Excited to get them new homes. Water change went really, really well. Tanks are doing good. So thank you guys for tagging along. As always, I'm excited to get this next project built and build the whole betta rack that is going to go on the front of the cash wrap and will be a part of our live stream studio area. So excited for that. Once again, if you haven't, comment below what you want the name of the betta rack. We could call it Betta Babies. We could call it Betta Nation. I don't know. Comment down below whatever gets the most likes. That's what we'll name it. I'll put a little plaque on there, and that'll be the name of the new rack. It'll be the first time doing a wooden rack in here because all the other racks are going to be the cobalt metal racks like you guys see on my channel. That said, if you guys are enjoying the content here, don't forget to comment down below, like the video, and share it with someone as it helps this continue to grow. We're still a super, super small channel, and I'm having fun shooting this content for you guys, so I appreciate you tuning in. As always, don't forget to go check out the Nashville Fish Keepers on Facebook. It's a fun, positive place where you can post your tanks, share photos, ask questions. We also got 10 Gallon Fish Tanks Facebook page. I post the updated stock list of everything that I have. Or go check out 10gallonfishtanks.com. All that is in the link in the description down below. I have fish, shrimp, plants. I ship anywhere in the US, so don't be afraid to go check it out. And if you want to buy anything, everything goes through a quarantine process to make sure they're healthy before I ship it out to you guys. Also, we got a Discord. If you want to hang out with other fish keepers, talk fish stuff, go check the Discord out and join. And all the products I use are also in the link in the description below. You can check those out. And I do make a small commission off the Amazon fees. And want to give a shout out once again to the member wall. So once again, thank you to Daniel Highland, James Holbrook, Raz Aquatics, Johnny Cisco, Lucas Hallman, Daniel Berzacelli, Sea Breeze Tropicals, Marinick Jansen, Tom's Fish Room, and Kyle Morrison. Thank you guys for being members of 10 Gallon Fish Tanks. If you guys are not members out there and you guys want to get on the member wall for just $1 a month, we got the Nano Bubbler. You get the member-only live streams and the member-only Facebook and Discord groups. For $5 a month, you get the member-only live streams, special Facebook and Discord groups, but you also get 10% off my whole website. And when you hit the year mark, you get a special member-only t-shirt. And no matter which group you join, you get put on the member wall and a special video shout-out for myself. Everything from this, like I was talking about, goes into helping us build the next rack and continue to expand. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you had a great day, a great week. Stay positive. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video and keep connecting with you. Hope you guys stay positive, have fun, and get some more fish, get some more 10 gallon tanks. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.
What's up, yo?
Buddy.
Need some fish, bro? Then you gotta go to the 10 Gallon Fish Pro. 10 gallon, yeah. Fish tanks, yeah. 10 gallon, yeah. Fish tanks. All day, all day, all day long. Shrimp, blue shrimp, yellow shrimp too. Green shrimp, orange shrimp, and a snowball zoo. We got fish, y'all. We got fish, dog. We got it all. Tuxedo koi, guppy, white cloud, minnow, long fin, white cloud, pygmy corridora, panda cory, stir by cory, albino cory, coolie loach, green cuba, tyrus boris, celestial pearl danio, emerald dwarfers bora, pea puffer, clown, killie, sparkling goat or me.